Hello and welcome to This Date in History, aka TDH. This show is all about the events that occurred today and years past, both recognized by actual historians, but mainly things I personally find intriguing enough for me to bring to you. The source of this information comes from the smart device application On This Day, the icon of which is shown as cutoff prevention at the beginning and end of each episode. The music in the background is Cloud 10 by Fareoh, which I found on the YouTube channel No Copyright Sounds, aka NCS. For links to the app, music, and anything else potentially interesting, check the underbar. Anyway, on with the show! Today is Moon's Day, aka Monday, May 9th, 2016. In 2015, Russia staged its largest ever military parade in Moscow's Red Square to commemorate the 70th anniversary of Victory Day. In 2001, in Ghana, 129 football fans died in what became known as the Accra Sports Stadium disaster. These murders were caused by a stampede, which was caused by the firing of tear gas by police at the stadium due to a controversial decision by the referee. In 1980, Liberian freighter MV Summit Venture collided with the Sunshine Skyway Bridge over Tampa Bay, Florida. A 1,400-foot section of the southbound span collapsed, causing 6 cars and a Greyhound bus to fall 150 feet into the water and the deaths of 25 people. In 1979, Iranian Jewish businessman Habib El-Ghanian was executed by firing squad in Tehran, causing the mass exodus of the Jewish community of Iran, which was 100,000 people. In 1974, during the Watergate scandal, the United States House Committee on the Judiciary opened formal and public impeachment hearings against President Richard Nixon. In 1970, during the Vietnam conflict, 75 to 100,000 anti-war protesters demonstrated in front of the White House in Washington, D.C. In 1969, Carlos Lamarca led the first urban guerrilla action against the military dictatorship of Brazil in Sao Paulo by robbing 2 banks. In 1960, the Food and Drug Administration, aka FDA, announced it will approve birth control as an additional indication for Cialis Inovoid, making Inovoid the world's first approved oral contraceptive pill. In 1955, during the Cold War, West Germany joined the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, aka NATO. In 1950, Robert Schuman presented his proposal on the creation of an organized Europe, which, according to him, was indispensable to the maintenance of peaceful relations. This proposal, known as the Schuman Declaration, was considered by some people to be the beginning of the creation of what is now the European Union. In 1948, Czechoslovakia's 9th of May Constitution came into effect. In 1945, during World War II, the Channel Islands were liberated by the British after 5 years of German occupation. Also during 1945 and also during World War II, the ratification of the German unconditional surrender of May 8th occurred in Reims, France. Among the signatories was Marshal Gregory Zhukov of the Soviet Union, Sir Arthur Tedder of the British, and Field Marshal William Keitel of the Germans. In 1941, during World War II, the German submarine U-110 was captured by the Royal Navy. On board was the latest Enigma machine, which Allied cryptographers later used to break coded German messages. In 1936, Italy formally annexed Ethiopia after taking the capital Addis Ababa 4 days prior on May 5th. In 1927, the Australian Parliament convened in Canberra for the first time. In 1926, Admiral Richard E. Byrd and Floyd Bennett claimed to have flown over the North Pole. However, upon the discovery of Byrd's diary, some doubt by the explorer and his claim was brought to the surface. In 1911, the works of Gabriel D'Annunzio were placed in the Index of Forbidden Books by the Vatican. In 1904, the steam locomotive City of Truro became the first steam engine in Europe to exceed 100 miles per hour or 160 kilometers per hour. In 1901, Australia opened its first parliament in Melbourne. In 1877, in the Chamber of Deputies, Mihail Cog-Allen-Isanu read the Declaration of Independence of Romania. Subsequently, the state became the Independence Day of Romania. In 1874, the first horse-drawn bus made its debut in the city of Mumbai, traveling 2 routes. In 1865, during the American Civil War, President Andrew Johnson issued a proclamation to end belligerent rights of the rebels and enjoining foreign nations to intern or expel Confederate ships. In 1671, Thomas Blood, disguised as a clergyman, attempted to steal England's crown jewels from the Tower of London. And in 1386, England and Portugal formally ratified their alliance with the signing of the Treaty of Windsor, making it the oldest diplomatic alliance in the world still in force. First, Billy Joel, 1949. And that concludes today's show. Once again, check the underbar for any possible links you may be interested in. For your dose of Fast Events Daily, I am Aoxander, and you are you. Toodles!